Hello all, welcome to study 28 of the series Solving Studies to Improve Chess Calculation. This study is the first anonymous one. There are a lot, special the old ones. This one I found in an old book where the authors did compile many chess studies, which was rare at that time. Just notice of the year 1851, it's really old. So they didn't reference the original authors, so we never know who did this, but whatever, I decided to bring it to you anyway. This is, in my opinion, not that difficult. It's just a pleasant one. Sometimes we get them harder, sometimes easier. I hope you enjoy it. As always, if you haven't watched the guide before starting to solve, and if you're ready, well, the countdown is start, and then I see you after with the solution. And here we are. And of course, I think this is relatively easy. With 10 minutes, I think most of the players are going to be able to find at least a way to win it. And the best move is Queen e4 check. Of course, this is the only possible move to win. And let me show you until the end uh, the beauty of the study, and then we can come back and see other alternatives. Here, there is only one move for black, and now white needs to keep going on with checking. Checking in a4. So again, the king only move is to go to b8 because of course the queen can't block, otherwise we take the queen. And now, instead of taking the pawn, which is a draw, so taking the pawn is a mistake, we give another check. So we kind are in a assembly line. We are just going to assemble checks after checks after checks until the end. You are going to enjoy it. So the king can't move to c8 because it would be checkmate on f8. So needs to go back again. And now we give another check. So only way possible to defend this check is to block it with the queen. Of course, now we are not going to take. We need always to consider the a2 pawn promotion. That's why at first the first temptation is to take the pawn, but not the solution. And here we give another check. So the assembly line keeps rolling on. We are advancing in the same way. So another check now. The king goes to b8 again and check again. Again, the king can't go to c8, otherwise it's mate, so needs to go back. We take the knight with another check. The king goes to block, and then we give another check. The queen is forced to block again, and another check. So we keep rolling over black. So now another check. The king needs to come back again. Check. The queen blocks. Now check again. Of course, here there is the temptation to take the queen. The king takes back, then our king advances, give away the b pawn and takes the e pawn and then move to the side, and it's a promotion. So this is also a win. But of course, here we have better. And the better is check. Now, of course, we don't want to lose the queen with black, so we move the king and suddenly it's checkmate. So you see the compressor, the assembly line was rolling, 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 check, 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 and checkmate. That's why I think it's so pleasant. A very old study, one of the probably oldest that I will have here on the series, and so also very pleasant. How fun was at those years to develop compositions like this one. Let's see, for example, what happens if we miss some of these things. Of course, the first mistake could be to deliver check here because after the queen protects, well, how can we continue? There's just one probably important situation over here that's playing queen h5, so we are controlling the checking square from black. Don't forget here white is lost. Now if you want some challenge, you can try to pause and find the best move for black, because I can advance a little bit. If we, for example, promote it to a queen, then white is able to draw to save the game. With check, the queen blocks, check, the queen blocks, check again. So as you can see, this is also hard for black. And after a while, I don't know if you are going to be able to find the solution over here. I don't know if I have more, like for example, doing something like moving the queen. The king allows white also to take the pawn again and draw by repetition. So this is also not possible. So the correct move over here for black, not an easy one, is to sacrifice the queen. Why? Because now, of course, the king takes back the queen. Now we promote, the queen comes back, and this situation is a winning situation for black. Not that this is very easy, because we still need to control checking square, but black has initiative, so it can place things like check, the king comes here, check again. Of course, the king can't go to the side, or let me say it in a different way. It can go to the side, of course, but after a while, it's going to be lost. Uh, so here black is winning after this move of sacrificing the queen, which is not easy. But coming back to the beginning, this is a blunder, of course, because uh, if we found this move, it will be uh, a win for black, and nevertheless, it will never be a win for white for sure. Uh, what else can we do over here? Well, we can check again, of course. The queen can block, then we can check, the king moves away, and then we simply take the pawn, considering we are afraid of the promotion. But this is just a draw. Because let's see, for example, the king moves away, then we check it again, and now don't make the mistake as black to going to e8, because what happens if we go to e8 is we get checkmated, as simple as that. And as you can see, there are no escape for the king. So here black is basically forced to come back, and then we repeat the position. It's a draw. So as you can see, there are not many things to do over here, but it's very enjoyable, the solution. I will just finish with this beautiful sequence of repeating the first solution. See the assembly line compressing the opponent. Hmm? Isn't this a nice dance? Haven't you enjoyed it? And in the even better, finishing it with a checkmate. Okay, this was a light one. I hope you have enjoyed it also, and see you in future studies. Bye bye.